with some interesting news stories. So if in case you're new here, this is MRW News, where we do interesting news stories every week. It could be a Saturday or Sunday, but we tend to fall on Sundays because we're very busy people, and Sunday's less busy inside the world. So we're here today on a Sunday, and we do it every week at 7 p.m. And we've got a bit Christmassy now. I don't know whether this is going to be the set Christmas decorations. I've only just started, but I still have yet to decorate myself. I mean, I've done quite a lot of really, but I haven't done, like, I haven't finished. So the thing is, basically, what will be going in here might be leftovers because of not leftovers in a bad way, just leftovers like things that I don't necessarily know where to put. So at the moment we've got some lights because these lights, you see, are plug-in ones, and I usually like to buy battery ones because I'd like to do all the plugging in situation, but I accidentally bought plug-in ones. I didn't mean to, but I accidentally did. I think they cost me £4.99 from Home Bargains, in case you're interested. They do a range of different lights. I'm not they don't sponsor me or anything. They do a range of light settings, but I thought, because of the plug-in, I'll put them in here because I don't have to have the battery situation. But we have some lights which I thought I'll put some new batteries in, which are from last year, and they've lasted a very long time because we have used them meanwhile. And they were from Sainsbury's, and they had Sainsbury's batteries in, and they actually lasted a long time. I just got Billy to get the little screw off. Why did they put those screws on batteries? Boxes for the lights, because nobody apart from Billy, nobody has. I mean, some people will do, but not really many. Everybody has a little screwdriver that size, do they, for those lights? Why can't they just have the usual ones that just slip off? It's so much more easy because it still slips off anyway. You've just got the screw in there to hold it in place, unless it's something like, you know, it has the same place, like you're going to be in some position where it's going to be rocked around a lot. But you know, it's not going to be rocked around a lot in here. No. So why do they need that little screw?
Goodness only knows.
Right, just before we get started, shall we try
Gary says good evening.
Good evening, Gary.
David says hi, Matilda and Jane.
Hello.
And Neville says good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
What?
Which one do we like? Got flashing?
Oh, no.
That's quite disco,
You've got
isn't it?
a bit on you. Yeah, no.
That's colour changing.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Does anybody actually stick with what lights they like?
That's nice. That's better.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's nice.
no, I tried this out earlier, see, and I would presume it's supposed to change back to red and orange. But when does it change?
Now. There.
Right, I think we're going to stick with that setting, but just for a second, let's just look at the rest.
Hi, Turbo Sims World. Oh, that's far. That's just ridiculous.
Sorry.
That's nice.
No, because that's boring.
Oh, that's boring.
I'm just quickly doing it just in case anybody has. Oh, what about that one there? What about this one?
Aaron says it's still 13 days until December, Matilda.
Well, yeah, but you only have a month of December, which is less than a month because it's 25th. So why don't you start early?
We've got to start early.
Get Halloween done, yes. Then slowly start thinking about it and do
Never likes orange.
Day. Yeah, but I can't just do one colour.
You can't just do one colour, Neville.
You can't.
They're multicoloured lights.
Now, what do you think of that? I think that's a bit too much.
There.
Now, what was the
Oh, he's obviously seen it when it's flashed like that, when it's one colour, and he thinks you can get one colour.
Now, where was that woman I got earlier?
Oh, Anders is on. Hello, Anders.
Hello. We're just trying
and
to
David says bar humbug.
Right. Is that a bit too much?
You could change it throughout the news.
Yeah,
we
could do.
Yeah, and then if there's any complaints about the light, please put your complaints in.
But just don't
we'll change it.
Just don't be an idiot about it.
Yeah.
Just don't be an idiot like, oh, it's too early or anything. But anyway, yeah.
It's really stressing you out. Or don't somebody put on.
If you have the problem, what's the problem?
No, they've got to be surely worse lights.
Why they've changed themselves? That wasn't like that. No, it wasn't, was it? It was the slowly change. I am not princess. I've not changed that myself. Is that a bit too much?
Oh no, I think that's a nice colour.
Yeah, well, it changes. You get the same colours every time.
Oh no, but why can't you just keep it on a nice colour? Why can't you just keep it on that? That's a nice colour.
Well, I don't know. It's how it works.
We should have got them that's just that one. That one. That one.
Well, someone gets blue and green.
Well, it just doesn't look as nice as that, does it?
Green.
Yeah, but I'm in green, but I'm not on a live, am I? I'm sat in my pyjamas getting dragged into it. Oh, that's too much.
No, it's changing by itself, is that? Because I did not just put that on that setting, did I? It's changing by itself. Oh, bargains.
Oh, bargains, yeah. We're slagging them off now.
It's obviously does it just go for a run of them then or something? Is it broken?
No, I don't think it's broken.
Why does it keep changing by itself?
I don't know. Ring them up. There must be a 24-hour line for traumas like this. Hello, Matilda Walden. I've had to stop my life. I'm so traumatised.
This is a place.
Neville says no tinsel.
No,
Oh,
no,
Adrian's on.
no. Hello,
Hi,
Adrian.
Oh, Bob's on.
Wait, can I just talk about the tinsel, please?
No, looks you are being chased by a fleet of police cars. Yeah, it does.
That colour.
They wouldn't take long to catch us. We're in Princess, Bob.
Yeah, but actually, no, because we could go out on the roads and then.
In fact, that's a little bit about one of our stories, Bob. Well done, you.
But we could go out the roads and people would think we're police. And if police stop us, we just, oh, just fairy lights. Stop being so pathetic.
Yeah, put them all over the top, blue ones all over the top of the car. Get past everybody.
No, people
when they're getting our
no,
way.
I was thinking about doing this, but I think I would have to invest money into it, so I'm not too sure. But you can just plaster lights around your car.
Right.
We'd have to go out at night, which isn't too bad because it goes dark about 4.
Gary says he feels like he's a rave in Ibiza. Anders says love the Christmas decorations.
Thank you.
Adrian says, oh no, please don't start. I couldn't cope last week.
Mummy, can I get the tinsel, please? We're loads of questions.
What did Neville says no tinsel?
I thought he said, no, somebody said,
Neville says no tinsel. I'm sure he did.
No, somebody said
no tinsel, please. Neville said no tinsel.
Well, it is there, so stuff like
Well, Neville.
Sorry, but this is different tinsel because of this tinsel.
She doesn't listen to anything I say either, Neville.
This tinsel, and I didn't do this on purpose. I've just thought about it now. It's non-reflective, is it?
What?
Well, if you have light on that, it isn't reflecting of it. Because the thing that makes tinsel shiny is the light reflecting of it. But this actually has no light reflecting of it. Now well, I don't know if we got it given or we did pay a small sum for it, but off someone. And it's quite thick, so it's green and it's got white bits on it to make it look like snow. So there you go.
So Aaron's seen a police chase in the centre of Oxford, and Neville says he couldn't make Blackpool illuminations, but this will do another one about Blackpool. They're all guessing, saying stuff about the stories. We've got one with the police, one with Blackpool. One of the stories is about Blackpool. Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people actually been going to Blackpool illuminations. Did we see the Blackpool illuminations? Was it last year?
David says don't wrap the tinsel around your head. Hello, Hunter. Hello.
Hello. Did we see them? Have we seen it?
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah.
I mean, and there was that market thing, and it was.
Neville says his lungs couldn't take the stress again with all the laughing. Right. I should do mine first of all, and then people can say about the police.
Right.
Here we go. Let me find it. Right, this is just for you to just send in your opinions, what you think. This is Wiltshire Police, I think. Wiltshire RPU. Wiltshire Police. So what they did was they were driving down the road and... Yeah. So do you think that's right or wrong?
Driving.
Answers on a postcode, please.
Driving in that
So they're driving down the road. Sorry about the interruption. And a van was coming the other way.
No.
No. And the driver...
Was it? It wasn't...
They're not going to get the story.
It wasn't a one-way system.
They're not going to get the story. Yeah, it's down the motorway. No, going the other way. No, it wasn't. Right, they're not going to get the story. Driver coming in a van the other way and he sticks the middle finger up at the police, okay? The police are then turn round, give him a TOR, which is a traffic thing that they write out. So basically a fine, that like electronic one. Yeah, and an attitude realignment was issued. I've looked at the TOR. In fact, I'll just quickly do it now because I've forgotten the exact wording of it. The TOR, traffic offence report. So they've got to obviously take the time to write all that out and everything. And then, just get back onto it. And then they did an attitude realignment. Now, I've Googled that and I can't find out what that means, what they do with that, unless they give him a talking to, or you can actually get fined for not having the right attitude when you're the police. God knows if you can now. But what do people think of that they actually turned back round? So it's the police that, that obviously with the police, it's been ruled by a judge that they've got to accept more because they're paid, and they're in that situation that they'll get more abuse than a normal person. Basically, that's been fact of law. So what do people think? Do you think that's an absolute waste of time? Or do you think that was acceptable? A police car turned round, followed them, and then it took all the time for a police officer and a car, because the car's there waiting. It can't work while it's waiting, while he's filling all that form out. And obviously it's going to hold the traffic up. It's got to. If you're turning around and messing about and bringing a vehicle in, it's going to hold traffic up. So I just thought that was absolutely pathetic, in my opinion. But so what do people think? Comment below and I'll read them out.
The opinions.
Get your opinions in. What do you think? That's a little bit too difficult a question for you.
No, I thing is, I have like extremely difficult or extremely easy. I don't like in the middle.
So that's quite not difficult, not easy.
Yeah. No, well.
Oh God, maybe news is going to be a little longer tonight.
Well, it's just I just think they should just be doing different things.
I think with all the crime going on in the world, and they've got like 1% with rape cases and getting prosecuted, and all people getting knifed, crime and everything. Is that really what the public would prioritise? I mean, how many people haven't had the middle finger put up at them?
I mean, they should just like.
And I mean, imagine it the other way around. Imagine it the other way around. I'm driving along, and people. Like, for example, when we were driving through Bentham yesterday, there was somebody crossing the road and there was a van behind us, and we were waiting patiently for the woman to cross the road, and the van behind us obviously thought we should have been much quicker, blared the horn, didn't they, and were really abusive. I didn't ring the police. I just thought, what a prick, basically, an ignorant prick. But imagine if he'd put his middle finger up at me, right? I don't know if he did, because I couldn't see in his van. He probably would have done. Imagine if I rang the police and said, oh yeah, what emergency, which emergency would you like, police? What's wrong? I've been driving along and a driver in a van put their middle finger at me. Do you think they'd come out?
Probably would.
The other way around, do you think they would come out? Or they think this is wasting police time?
No, I think it is. I think, yeah.
Because you get it all the time. Whilst we've been talking, there'll have been so much road rage, won't there? People beeping at people, sticking the middle finger up.
Because of good drivers hate rubbish drivers, and they think that they're really annoying.
Yeah, but everybody thinks they're a brilliant driver.
Exactly. And then rubbish drivers think that they're driving too fast and because they're not driving fast, they're driving confidently because they know what they're doing. Yeah. So then they get annoyed. So it's the hard circles. Everybody hates each other. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. I couldn't just run that woman over because she was crossing the road.
If you think somebody's an alright driver, you're not going to say anything to them, so you never know if they like you or not. But if you hate a driver, you're going to say something because you're a rubbish driver.
I don't really understand that, but yeah. If anybody else does understand that, please help me along the way. Gary says it seems a bit extreme. Well, I think it's extreme. It says, I've had a couple of people give me the finger while I've been driving me Triumph. Probably going too slowly. Neville says, frankly, waste of police time for crying out loud. I think it is. And also, whatever police stop for anything, people rubberneck, don't they? It slows traffic down. And the thing is, so they're going to have turned around probably in a busy road, and everybody's wanting to get on, aren't they? And if they knew that person was getting stopped for, say, a stolen vehicle, obviously everyone would have said, fine, I'll wait, I don't care about that. But if they said, oh, why did we get held up going to work, or why did we get held up going home after a busy day? Oh, because this man put his middle finger at me. You'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
But also, I'm like, because I suppose he obviously didn't like the police, but because the police, tend to keep doing loads of things wrong, it all adds up, doesn't it? And the people hate the police. So, it's just they're all criminal to themselves and that sort of thing,
Satnav Dan says, evening, ladies. I made it here this week. Well done, you. Good. David Bingham says, the police are not meant to be offended. There's an actual law, but I didn't get a chance to do it. A thing with the police, what they have to do, and one of the things is they've got to accept, I can't really word it how they word it, but they've got to accept things like that because of the position they're in. And especially something like a middle finger, it's not really that scary, is it?
Well, things like, because I think it should be sorting out things like maybe like people stalking people and everything, shouldn't they? Should be just doing other jobs.
Yeah, rather than that. And there were probably 2 police officers in there, wasn't there? And all that writing out. David says, good evening all. Please warn us if you're going to do a tinsel, Matilda, so I don't have any tea in my mouth at the time. My monitor can't cope. So David had been watching last week, and when Matilda took a drink of his tea, and when Matilda put the tinsel around his head, showered it all over his electrical stuff, which I don't suppose bodes too well. Robert says they nearly bought the helicopter and dog unit out. They probably would. Aaron says the police are too busy arresting people for posting offensive memes on Twitter. Does anybody know what that woman, Alison, I can't remember her last name, she was been investigated, but I don't know what the tweet said. She's a journalist, and there's been a big hoo-ha about it. Has anybody seen the tweet? Because I've never seen what she's even put. John says the police are good at wasting their own time on hate speech. Yes, it seems a bit silly. Turbo Tim says he's been parked up at the Jamaica Inn in Cornwall today. And Aaron says, when will we see Matilda driving the Austin 1100? And Hunter says, how are you girls? You're both fine, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
So thanks for your comments on that. And I think everybody agrees it's a complete waste of police time. Haha, I'm the winner. Well done me.
Yes.
Well done me. Big pat on the back. We're having the winning story. Everybody agreeing.
What did I win at?
Well, not that.
No, something. Mike. Should I tell a Mike story?
What's the Mike story?
The thing, just not Mike as a person.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know a Mike.
You do know Mike.
Do I know a Mike? Who?
Criminal.
I don't think we've even got a subscriber
criminal,
called Mike.
that criminal guy.
Oh, well, he's a private detective.
Yeah.
I don't know him well enough to bring him into conversation like that. A Mike name.
Yeah, but we know somebody called Mike.
I suppose. So.
Yeah, there must be somebody else.
I suppose.
What any Mike's
Mike Hargreaves, isn't there?
Oh, there's that, and Mike.
Mike who?
Well, I won't say the name because I'm not a very nice person, but
No.
last name's H.
I don't know. I forget things. Anyway, David says, well done, Jane. Thank you, David, for recognising my win. Thank you very much. And Carl says, hello, both in Norwich tomorrow doing the drainage. Hotel overnight, then Doncaster. So busy couple of days. Well done you. We've had a busy couple of days, haven't we?
Yes, so the reason why the news wasn't on yesterday was because I went to dentist. And that was, my normal dentist experience. I go to dentist quite often, or at least not recently, but I have in the past. I don't know, for some reason the dentist, we go quite often.
It was a year ago when she last went, but anyway.
No, I went for like a cleaner thing.
That was November last year.
Was it?
Yeah, that's how fast time goes. You'd had your cleaning.
No, because
dental hygiene. That's it.
No. Last year I had my. No, I didn't. I did a bit more because I had my full thing about that tooth. I did a bit more. Anyway, point is, I went to dentist. The dentist guy was a bit weird. He was just like quite.
Wanted to look in my mouth.
And then he started poking things around in it, and it was a bit weird.
Some sort of pervert.
No. Well, because of you see, I've had a lot of dentists, different people. Is what I'm saying.
Never want to look in
and
my
they're
mouth.
always quite, nice to you, and they always say, if this hurt, tell me. And is this all right? Is that all right? Which sort of then, it's just basically they treat you like a child, which I'm happy with that.
No,
and that's what I'm
child.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But this one didn't, and it's not like it's my first time being a 16-year-old and going or anything, because I've been before. But what I'm saying is, it's sort of got a bit more easier because he sort of just got to the job, and you felt sort of a bit like you. It's gonna sound a bit extreme, but like inside the army, like you can't like say the fact you're in pain or anything. You just
made me hold a hand.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
She did.
I did not.
She did.
You came to me.
She did, yeah, but she
You're doing it
did
as a joke.
say no. I thought she's
Well,
gonna
I was sticking a needle in my mouth.
I thought she's gonna have a wobble in front of me. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna have to look after her little
No, I
face.
didn't.
It's like, remember when she was a baby? Oh,
Because the thing is, the other dentist explained exactly what's going on. He didn't. He just said,
well,
right.
you're gonna go in your mouth and sort it out.
Yeah, but he was getting. He was grind tool out.
Why do you need a full explanation?
Put a needle in my mouth.
Yeah, that's to numb it. That's
Yeah,
quite
but he
normal.
told me that.
Well, he explained it pretty well.
No, he didn't. He just said I'm going to knock you out. So I'm like, what? He didn't say the fact it's just this area. He just says I'm knocking you out. So I was like, can I have a bit more context there? And just, well. But anyway, I couldn't decide whether it was good or bad. And I didn't get sicker. But then I started doing some Beyond Radio stuff after that, which will be coming out eventually whenever they decide.
I just do the comments because about dentists before you move on. Dave says he wishes his dentist was open on a Saturday. Well, this one is open on Saturday, isn't it?
It's called, yeah.
What's it called?
My Dentist.
It's called My Dentist. So if you go there, your dentist will be open on Saturday, and you'll be able to say My Dentist is open on a Saturday. Or my dentist is open on Saturday. Aaron says, hope you have better teeth than Jeremy Clarkson. What's wrong with Clarkson's teeth? Has he got something wrong with his teeth?
I never noticed.
I've never noticed. Gary says, what time was the dentist appointment?
This is supposed to be a joke.
Oh, God, you're quick tonight. Quick on the uptake. 2:30.
No.
You must get that.
Yeah, I get it, but it wasn't 2:30.
Oh, right. Get it. So what's the joke?
Oh, 2:30, 2:30.
Oh, well done. Well done, you.
But it wasn't that time.
Van says, I just got back from home. Have I missed much? Well, yeah, loads. You must go
Billions.
back from the beginning after you've finished and look at it all. David says, did you have a lollipop for being good? She came out. Tell them what you said when you came out. Tell them. Go on, please.
What was it there?
Yeah, stick it. Go on. And it's so funny. She goes trotting out. And this is what she said.
To you?
Yeah.
Well, usually they do really good stickers. When I was younger, you got really good stickers, and they've never really given me one since.
She comes out and she goes, I didn't get a sticker.
No, I didn't. I also said I didn't get a well done because I was so
Did you get well done?
I did not do anything wrong. I was expecting him to say I was a really good patient, and I did not, even flinch. Whenever he came near me, I opened my mouth, just did all the right things. I didn't even move, and I was expecting some well done.
And she didn't get well done.
So I was quite annoyed with that. That was my main experience problem.
Should have put a complaint in. Didn't get well done.
And then, because of the guy I went to see is like fully booked until like August, and I need to go back in 6 months or something. And then I'm also going back summertime. But anyway, they were like, "Oh well, you've got to wait till August if you want to see that guy again." And I was like,
Neville says I have to tell the dentist to stop so I can take a breath, or if the pain is extreme. Aaron says Clarkson has yellow crooked teeth. I've never noticed his teeth, but I think he's a smoker, isn't he? Adrian said I had to come upstairs. My laptop. I can't cope. Robert says I slept with my head under the pillow and I woke up and all my teeth were gone, and I had a mouthful of money. So no, Dan says anyone who goes to the dentist should play a game of Truth or Dare. Well, Adrian, he says, well done. Well done for being at the dentist. And can you get her a sticker, Adrian?
You know those things that you're thinking when it's scanning your teeth and you have to like bite down onto it? They're horrible, aren't they? But you see, it's not too bad at the moment now, really, because my mouth's got bigger. But when I was younger, my mouth was small and they stick in the same size.
Has anyone noticed her mouth's got bigger?
And then they stick that card inside of you, and I don't think they change the size card. So
that's for the X-ray.
I know, but the thing is, when you're smaller, then it's quite a mouthful, and they still want you to bite down, so it's quite painful. And the thing is, for some reason, you went outside the room. Why did you do that?
Because you can't stay in with the X-ray for the radiation.
How come you're all right?
I was out. I wasn't in.
Did you?
Yeah. You left all up. Oh no, I'm really traumatised. Didn't realise I'd been left on my own. Yes, I went out.
Am I supposed to do with this chemical?
But it's only one time, isn't it? So
no, you did it on both sides.
Well, twice. So
I've done it before.
There's no need for me to have
my
it.
head's so messed up.
That's what's wrong with you. Too much radiation. That's your problem.
He's putting marks out of my mouth.
And he didn't even get a sticker.
You're well done.
And Cal says everybody.
And I always ask them what toothpaste to recommend me, and they never come with an answer. They never come with an answer.
And it's always a different answer.
So you never get the straight thing. It's always something like, oh, well, you're all good, but don't put this chemical and that chemical and that. How am I supposed to know all these things?
Well, when we went to the other one at the same place, he said about toothpaste, and he said Cordyceps. You must use Cordyceps.
Who's that?
The one before. So then when you said to him, which toothpaste, and he was like that, and I said, what about Cordyceps, because that's the one we've been recommended, which I do find very good. And he turns around and he goes, Oh, not really. It's all right, he says, but not very good. So they all have a different opinion.
Mm.
But we have got just one now with coconut oil. I read was very good, and we've just got it, and it was very pleasant. Isn't
Yeah, I think it's called coconut, and it really does taste of coconut. No,
No way.
Not in a processed way.
No, it's nice, but I've never
And
thought coconut.
I've read the ingredients, and it doesn't have lists of random things.
It's all natural.
It just has.
In fact, I'll go and I'll get the thing for you when I go out to do the fire, and I'll get you it so you can all have a look at it. And it seems fine. And Matilda says, I don't think this at all, but Matilda says, oh, I've got yellow on my teeth, but I don't think she has. So this coconut is supposed to remove it, so we'll see how it goes. But we used it last night and it was fine, wasn't it?
Mm.
And it tastes nice, and it didn't feel chemical. So I'll get you the thing and show you it so that anybody that wants it can use it. Adrian, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Adrian. Adrian has just done a super thanks, so thank you so much for Adrian for doing that. I really appreciate it, and it's very nice of you to do, so thank you very much.
You're an absolute star, Adrian.
Yes,
thank you so
thank
much.
you.
It's such a great help. And David!
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super thanks, both of you. I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing that. I hope you're enjoying the night and everything, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. It's such a great help towards the
indeed,
channel. It's
it
absolutely
is.
brilliant.
Indeed.
Thank you. Aaron says my bathroom light doesn't work, which makes it difficult brushing teeth in the evening.
I don't think you're not supposed to look inside your mouth when you brush your teeth.
Can't you get a new light? Or she says, is it possible to turn the lights off behind you? The flashing is hurting my eyes a little bit. Can you put them on normal?
I can put them on normal.
I can put them on normal for you. Adrian says a little something for well done. A little something for well done, Matilda. Oh, it's giving you a thing. You didn't. Thanks, Adrian. She needed that.
Thank you.
She needed a well done.
Thank you very much.
Carl says my mate on the drainage said use bicarbonate of soda and your teeth will be white in a week. It's supposed to be good with bicarbonate of soda for your teeth as well.
Does it count if you put in baking?
Does it what?
Count if you put in baking.
Put it on your teeth. Bicarbonate of soda is good for loads of cleaning stuff.
Mm.
It really is, and it's natural.
What's it made out of?
Oh God, I don't know. Bicarbonate of soda.
What's bicarbonate of soda?
I'll look it up after I've read these. And as you know you got too much radiation, then you start glowing in the dark. Yeah, those aren't lights behind her, it's her. Neville says, I bought an Oral-B battery-powered brush and got a glowing report from my dentist for the first time ever. They do work. Yeah, they're always saying that, aren't they? Electric ones.
And you've never really done that, have we?
And she says the light's better.
Good.
Right, I'll Google it. What's bicarbonate? Where's bicarbonate of soda from?
Should I just tell my Beyond Radio story? So, I did a thing for Beyond Radio. What was that? I can't really tell what it is because it won't come out yet, will it? I can't say what it is, can I?
I don't see why not, because it's not as though...
No, it's not top secret, is it?
No. It's not as though anything's going to happen or anyone can do an exclusive on it, because you've done it.
Yeah. So
bicarbonate of soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, comes from minerals found in the earth and can be created through a chemical process. Bicarbonate of soda occurs naturally in minerals like nacrolite and trona. Trona is the more common of the two, and the world's largest trona deposits are in Wyoming Green River Basin.
what did we do with baking before we got bicarbonate of soda? How do we bake a cake?
And who got it and thought, oh, that'll be good in a cake? There's a rock there. Oh, I'll try. I'll tell you what, Bob. Yeah, why don't we try that in the cake?
And then you know that chicken, yeah. We only drops out that egg. We'll put that in it. And then you know that stuff that comes out of that field, yeah. Grind
it up. Don't put it in whole. Oh, Bob, no. You've got to grind it.
No, you've got to grind it. You're gonna get bread then. You know
Get what? What's bread? It's something that we're going to invent. Just shush.
So you got to grind it down, yeah. And after that, you see that sugar that's miles and miles away inside a different country that comes outside those big.
Yeah, but yeast. Who thought of yeast? That's the main one.
And then you know those
and you have to
cocoa
leave
pods
it.
that take ages to make the cocoa. You put that in it too.
Who thinks of it? I'm glad they've thought
And
of it.
then
I would never have
mix
done.
it all together and put it inside an oven.
And then with bread, you've got to prove it first. I can't understand why this bread's really rock hard. You've got to prove it first, haven't you? Who thought of that?
Unless I just left it for a while, to be fair.
Yeah, could have done.
Could have done that one. Just left it and forgotten and thought,
Oh, it's better if you leave it. Especially next to that slightly warm oven.
looking if I did do that.
Right, back to Beyond Radio. Beyond Radio.
Oh, my story, right? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh no, Dave, but he's got Dave with the toothpaste. Mine's got bicarbonate and charcoal. That was another one when we got our coconut oil one. There was a charcoal one as well. And Ushi says, has anyone ever thought how weird cake actually is? Oh, it is weird, yeah.
It's like loads of. I mean, sometimes you bake a cookie, it can look a bit like you can see the ingredients a bit weird. But basically, like, I suppose it's just the mixture's all bubbly together, isn't it? And rice, you can see the bubbles in it. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Oh, and then Peter says, thank you for switching the lights, and me too, Matilda. So there must have been a bit bright for people. Are they all right now?
Yeah, said so. Right, my Beyond Radio story. So I went yesterday, and I went round shops because I know Lancaster quite well, and I know quite a lot of unique shops I don't think everybody else knows, because they can be on the outskirts, or they can be round, the corner now. So I thought I'd do a one with Beyond Radio where I go around them and they say a few unique things I've got inside the shop, where they're at, so people know to find them. Just like we sort of have a bit of quite a good laugh as well, don't we, when we're going around, and we just find loads of things with people. So they have a mic to Beyond Radio which I use, and do I say the fact it's me?
What?
Do you say about the fact it's me?
What do you mean?
My mic. I don't know. The fact it's me getting.
You can do if you like.
Well, I mean, I am getting myself a mic, and because I have a really good mic, and I did order one, but I've got the mic stand, but I've got the wrong mics. So, well, I don't know if I have got the wrong ones. I don't really understand it very well, so I'm working it out now. But basically, what happened was I went to Beyond Radio, picked up the mic, walked out quite happily, all good day and stuff. And it turns out I went to interview my first person, which was, believe it or not, inside the Lancaster Castle, there's a chocolate shop. Now, this is quite a thing that I didn't know about until recently. There's actually a chocolate shop. So I thought we'll go there. And I went to interview her, and not only was the mic, it's this little box that got slots into the microphone, not only was it dead, so it had enough charge to turn on, but it was dead, but it was actually the wrong mic. It was like the thing that, so you have like mics, and it was like, this is like if you stuck it on to people, it's like the thing that takes in the sound. Is there a special name? There is a special name, but what's the special name?
Receiver.
Receiver sort of thing. So it wasn't the actual mic.
Transmitter.
And I looked at it, I thought, this is not the right mic, because I already knew about all this transmitter stuff. And the only thing I could think of was the fact is maybe the transmitter does record as well. So I thought, well, what do we do? Because it's dead. So lucky enough, the lady at the chocolate shop let me charge my mic there, and she happened to have the same charger, so it was fine. So I charged it up. I thought this mic still does not work. So what I did was I just still used it, but we recorded it off the iPod, and hopefully it should turn all right, because Beyond Radio they can like enhance it and do loads of special.
So she went round 10, 15 businesses sticking a mic in front of her face, backwards and forwards. There was nothing on it whatsoever.
Even though I knew the mic, even though I personally knew the mic was wrong,
She still carried on.
No, because I thought just in case it does record, I thought I'm still going to use it. So I did use the mic for everybody, and actually it recorded absolutely nothing, and it was just pointless.
But it's a really good. It's going to be a really good podcast because it's talking to local people, independent shops,
and you get loads of different
characters, loads of different things that they sell. Some wonderful shops.
And make sure you wait till
taking some photos. Yeah. Oh, and then there's a little joke at the end that Matilda thought of. So make sure you listen to the very end and listen to the joke. Don't fast forward it. Adrian says, Matilda, a very big well done for your interview with Quinton.
Oh, yes.
He was awesome and was a total pro with Matilda. Matilda had done a lot of research, and it's shown you should be proud of yourself.
Oh, well,
it was a great video, and I'm very proud of you.
And for my
Quinton was an
absolute
superstar.
Yes, shall we talk a bit about Quinton before we get to the news? We'll get to the news. So Quinton Wilson, I just did an interview with Quinton Wilson. Now, Quinton Wilson, absolute star. Not only has he done Top Gear, Fifth Gear, Britain's Worst Driver, he's done actually, and he saved taxpayer like £5.5 billion in fuel duty, and now he's doing a lot to do with electric cars, to support electric cars. And basically, I went to debate him on electric cars to challenge him. And he was an absolute star of it. I mean, not just the fact he also does Strictly Come Dancing as well, which we'll get to later.
Britain's Worst Driver.
Yeah, but no, same, but Strictly. I've heard about that. He's an absolute star, and it was great the fact he would do the interview, and he was really, really good as well. Because obviously, he's got like what I don't exactly know how old he is. I think, I mean, I don't want to slag him off. I'm not saying this in the wrong way. I think he's 60. I think, I remember searching up and he was 67. So he's in that age range. But if I'm wrong, then sorry. But I think that's how old he is. So obviously he's got a lot of experience on me because of he started liking electric cars, normal cars when he was like age of 7. So he's got a lot of experience on me. And then obviously he's been doing it. He has had electric cars since 2009. So he's knows a lot about it. I mean, it's his job to know about it. And I had to learn about electric cars, normal cars, hybrids. What's the other one?
Ice cars.
No, the water one.
Hydrogen.
I always get it confused between hybrid. I had to learn about all these things. Quentin himself, government laws and everything within about like 3 weeks. So, because of before that, we were planning on something else happening, but then that didn't happen because of, well, I won't say why, but it's not my fault, but it was basically the person I think got a bit scared of interviewing Quentin Wilson. So basically I had to be the one. So it was a lot of learning, but he was very, very patient, and he was very good with me in the fact of that obviously I don't know fully as much. I mean, I've learned a lot, but I don't exactly know as much as he knows. He's very patient with me, and obviously the fact of, even he had a book himself, actually. It was his own book. So we did actually both have book, but obviously I use my book more. So he's very good in that way. And obviously it's obviously an interview. The fact is you got to challenge somebody, but obviously the fact is they've come and done the interview for you, so you don't want to ever be rude to them, because I wouldn't want to be rude to them anyway, but sometimes people do inside interviews.
Well, I tried to get this organised because of all the subscribers were wanting it basically, and I contacted lots of people from the council, the local council that has somebody that is promoting, that's their job for the council, electric cars and all those charge points and everything. So I thought, well, they were absolutely ideal. I contacted them on Twitter, email, everything. They wouldn't respond. They didn't even respond, so they're not standing by the convictions. And I asked a lot of people, and we couldn't get anybody. So I just suddenly thought, well, why don't we go for the biggest and the best? Not thinking for 1 minute. Anyway, we're ringing round and trying to get hold of him, and we spoke to, I don't know how it was, because we didn't ring him as an agent, did we? But we spoke to this man, and he was saying, oh, you'll never, he was really chatty, really nice, wasn't he? And he says, we
actually run him on a different occasion.
I can't remember what it was for.
We were ringing him for
he
something
said,
else, but we
I can't remember, but it's irrelevant to the story. And he's going, oh, you won't get any of the big names. You won't get Wilson. You won't get Clarkson. You won't get May. He's too busy with his pub. Clarkson's just, you won't get him. Hammond's too much money now, and he's going on and all these people. And he says, and if you do get one, you're looking up to 10 grand. Well, it was just ridiculous. There's no way whatsoever we were going to pay 10 grand, obviously. So we didn't think we were going to get anybody. Anyway, I got hold of, this is how I got hold of Quentin. So I looked on his website, and this is what he says about he's a public speaker, and he can command, I looked on the thing, £5,000 to £10,000 for public speaking. So he says, unless a message is amusing, arresting, and delivered in everyday language, it will always fall on stony ground. So I thought, right, well, I'll give you some of your own medicine. So I emailed him, and I put about exactly all the way through it, exactly what we wanted to do, and said that he was one of the names that had popped up when we said about people. And so I put this, and I put, would you be brave enough to stand by your convictions and go against some proper petrol and diesel heads in a debate? So bearing in mind, we had some famous at this point. We didn't realise they would drop out, and they were petrol head. And then I put this, we can obviously come to you. We will be travelling in a proper vehicle, so we'll be able to get there on time and stress-free. Not having to allow to sit in a service station for 3 hours, or whirring along like an oversized electric car, worrying if we have enough range. So I thought that to him, and he come back to me, and he goes, yeah, I'll do it. And I thought, well, you said that on your website. I've done exactly what you said to do, and you're right. You've done, that's what you say. He's listened to it because it's been different, hasn't it, and funny. So yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. And then I contacted him, and I said the person's unfortunately dropped out. He was happy.
Before that, we had him, and he was, when he wasn't dropped out, so we had a lot of contact,
Yeah, well, that's pointless. That's by the by. What I'm trying to say is we contacted him, and I said, they've they've dropped out, and I said I believe they've dropped out because I don't want to challenge you, you know, because obviously he knows what he's doing. And he said, well, what about Matilda? He said the only concern I'd have, I didn't want to look like I was bullying her. I said, oh, you've never met Matilda then, Quentin, because I'd be more worried about you. And he was laughing about that, and then he stood whatever. I mean, we totally disagree with electric cars, but you know, the man stood by what he said, didn't he? And he didn't need to do it. We've got far lesser known than him, aren't we? You know, he's a very famous person with a big following, so he didn't need to do it, and he did it. And I said to him, I said, when I saw him, I said, thank you so much for doing this. And he said, why not? And I said, well, you know, a lot of people wouldn't, and we thought it was great, even though we were completely on opposite sides.
Well,
I thought it was great. I think he's really pleasant, and he's really quiet, isn't he? And he's a total gentleman as far as I think, and he was lovely with you, wasn't he? So I think he's lovely.
Because that's the thing, I think sometimes some people have problems where the fact is if they have a different opinion, then they can't stand that person. But that, you know, it's wrong if somebody has a different opinion, then you discuss about it, you know, you might, you know, that's just life, but you don't fall out with that person, you know. The way I looked at him, and it was never, I looked at him and, oh, you know, I never thought about the fact he's, you know, because he's an electric car person, that I'm going to think of him any differently. You know, I don't, you know, he's a person, isn't he? So, you get what I mean?
Oh, yeah, loads of people can't stand each other or people's opinion, don't they? They fall out. And, you know, if you vote Labour or Conservative or Reform or whatever, or Liberal Democrats and other people, they can't
Same
stand
inside America, isn't it?
They can't cope with it, can they? But yeah, we just, well, obviously professional, and you put your side across, he put his side across, and he said at the end, didn't he? He says, have I convinced you or something, didn't he? And you were like, no, but you know.
It must have it did points he made sound better. Like, for example, I think they do have the range, to be fair. They do have the range, but that's better. Oh no, they do. They do.
It's the human rights.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think
it's there.
Yeah, I think
and it's not even. I mean, one child being abused isn't right, but it's not even there on a small percentage.
No.
Amnesty International says there's 15 to 30% of all the lithium and cobalt coming over is by artisanal mines, and so that might be children or adults, but even adults is wrong. They're not getting paid a fair wage, and they're not getting any protection.
Yeah, the only rules they've got, and that's on a one good site, was the fact is pregnant women don't work, and that's it.
Oh yeah, there's a lady, we watched a video, and she was working there, and she said, with, you know, nothing on her feet, she's there in a dress, in a skirt basically, with bare legs sat against a stone. She's clearly no protection whatsoever, and no mask or anything, and hand
And
tools.
cobalts are very toxic.
Yeah, she's got nothing, and then she said, oh, this is quite a good mine because they don't allow pregnant women or children to work, and she thought that was really good health and safety. So that was obviously our main argument, and that was that, and that, you know, you sort of like. And then Quinton's argument was this has happened with fossil fuels, and we haven't read up in as much as that to see if it is as bad. I don't think it is now, but you're sort of like weighing one out with the other, then, aren't you? You're not getting a better one.
But also, it's the fact of like it's not necessarily actually as good for the environment as they're saying, which I just is a fact is that they're open about that. You know, they're saying that they're the best thing ever, but if you just said the points, if they just said the fact is, look, it's a bit more better, but it's not fully better, then that'll be better because they're actually being honest, but they're not saying a full thing, or the fact is that actually it isn't.
Well, Amnesty did a report saying report for recharge, and there wasn't one company from Tesla to Mercedes to Toyota that knew the whole track from when the battery was mined, from when the cobalt or lithium was mined, through to production, through to it getting to the car. There wasn't one company that followed the rules, so none of them, not any electric car that has been produced, can anybody say, well, this hasn't had human rights exploitation. So I think that's absolutely terrifying. So that was obviously our main argument, but he stood by it, didn't he? And he did his.
It was a lovely place for it as well. I was really happy with that place.
I just say, Adrian, thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're an
Adrian.
absolute superstar. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Adrian,
Well done for the interview.
And it says, this is a little well done for the interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for doing that, Adrian. Very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, David, and thank you, Adrian, for tonight. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Adrian says, yeah. Neville says it was a silent movie then. Ushi says, how did you get an interview with Quinton Wilson? Just, I don't know if you got the first bit. We just contacted him, and as I say, just put something funny, and he
You got to contact everybody.
he obviously gets loads and loads of emails. I think it's like with anything, people say it, don't they? You know, when people get jobs and stuff like that, said, oh, I just read it and I thought that. I think you've just got to hit them with something different, because they get loads of the same emails, won't they, and stuff. And you've just got to be a little bit quirky, and we took a risk. We were cheeky, and he could have it could have gone either way. But I had looked on his website, and he had said, you know, that was the thing to do. So I thought, well, is it? And he obviously was. David says he's a very intelligent man. He certainly is. Adrian says, David says he's a very intelligent man. Adrian says he was born on the 23rd of July 1957. I'm getting a bit mixed up here. David says, Adrian, and well done, Jane. What a terrific photo from Ettington Park you took. Thank you very much. As the leaves fall, Matilda YouTube profile continues to soar. Oh, a title. As the leaves fall, Matilda's YouTube profile continues to soar. Thanks for that, David.
Looking if you didn't do it 4, was like.
As Neville said, a great calendar autumn photo. Next week you could go out and get your winter photos in the forecast snow.
I know. I think about that. You're gonna have to like get them like done throughout the year, aren't you? Because the thing is, the photos I had for this calendar, I had like 2 years worth of photos I could work from. But next time I'll only have 1 year, won't I?
Neville says, David, you have a great way with words. Gary says it was a great interview. I'm still a bit wary of electric cars, still especially the remote access the companies like BYD have to your car. I know, and BYD were one of the worst performers for protection for human rights, and they didn't I don't think they were one of them that didn't have any knowledge of where the products were coming from, or the minerals were coming from, or they had very low. I think it was just so 11%. Low, it was just like barely. So what Amnesty International did, they did a point system, and so you got 90 points if you knew exactly from the moment it was mined to when it went to the car. If you knew exactly the whole process of it, that was 90 points, and Mercedes came highest with 51. And Amnesty International would accept 64 as adequate, and not one of them did it. And I think BYD got 11 points out of 90.
Which means build your dreams. What is
yeah,
it
build your dreams. You're not building those poor children's dreams, is it? And
No.
those men and women that are getting paid pittance and working without masks on and stuff like that. It's not building their dreams, is it?
And the thing is, if that doesn't happen, then it will go to mines. Which the thing is about mines is that they expand, which because of they constantly have to find it, so they keep expanding. But when they expand, if they come across a house or trees, the trees get knocked out, and the houses, they either assault the people or like maybe burn down the house.
Burning the house. They know this is Amnesty. This is on their report that people were getting the houses burnt down, losing the whole livelihoods, getting threatened. And some of the children where they did have security guards, it makes me nearly want to cry saying this, they were stealing the wages, and that's fact from Amnesty International.
So what repeat that?
Well, some of these places where they were looking like they had like protection or authority there, you know, to override it, they had security guards there, probably not for anybody working there, probably so people don't go in and steal anything. They did, and they were stealing. They questioned some of the children, and some of the children said the security guards were stealing their wages. So these children that were already getting paid a pittance were working like 12-hour shifts and then getting the money. So the little bit they were getting at the end of it, they were stealing it in some of the sites. It's horrific. So that's why I don't agree with them whatsoever. Adrian says the man is class. And Neville says just can't dance. No, I had a look at that video you sent us, Neville. It wasn't good.
What?
Quinton dancing. Bless him. Neville says, to be fair, he does own a nice car. Yes, he does. Did he say, was it a Jaguar he said, or a pot? I can't remember. He did say what it was. I think it's on the interview. Neville says there's a video of him dancing, but it's X-rated. Terry says petrol all the way. I totally agree. And diesel. Aaron says, don't all the electronics in modern cars have rare minerals? I don't know. But there's a total difference, isn't there? Because even if they do,
You talk about normal cars.
Yes,
Well,
there's
electric cars have-
70% more in electric cars. So
They'll sit time more, and they have loads of different chemicals.
and
in
all
all
them
different
should be
places.
the petrol and diesel cars, new ones. They should be all know where everything's coming from, but they have so much more. And we were saying, for example, the Tesla X-Plaid that has 3 motors in it, and the motors all have copper in, and it does 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. I mean, that is just incredible. And it does over 200 miles an hour. So our argument was, if this is all about the environment, what the hell are they producing cars like that for, with all that extra mineral content in? They don't need to do it. If it was about the environment,
And it's a family car as well.
well, yeah, but if it was about the environment, it just wouldn't be, would
Yeah,
it?
but what I'm saying is, why does a family car need to go that fast? You're not
Well,
going
it
to go
doesn't.
fast with a 2-year-old in the back, are you?
So yeah, I don't know if modern cars do have rare mineral. I don't think they're particularly rare, the lithium and copper and cobalt. It's just that it's in abundance, but it's in areas that aren't around here. We have lithium and cobalt in England, but they go to the places where they can obviously do these human rights abuses and get it really cheap. So that's the problem. She says I think electric cars are only good for people who travel fairly short distances. David says it was a fabulous debate. Neville and I thought it was time we took a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for the incredible content Matilda and Jane create.
Yes, you will get some.
The channel is truly one of a kind on YouTube. Each video is not only exceptionally well made, but also offers valuable insights that cater to a diverse audience. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
David,
very much.
you're a star. Thank you for that. Exploring the back catalogue, it's clear there's something for everyone in there. And Neville says he couldn't agree more. The unwavering dedication and passion are evident in every single video, and it doesn't go unnoticed. We genuinely appreciate all the hard work you both put in. Thank you so much, David, and thank you so much for your support all the time through the channel, which you've just supported again. What about a purely analogue electric car, such as the homemade car built in the 1960s from an old Ford Prefect? Yushi says, we are lucky to live in this country. We certainly are. Neville says, I put a little something together this afternoon, David, but thought it would be appropriate for Jane to read it out. It's kind of on all our behalf, as I know how much all of us appreciate them both. Thank you, Neville. David says, Aaron, if you mean with lead acid batteries as opposed to the lithium to get anywhere near the range of Teslas, the battery will be as big as a bus. David, as we've said, thank you so much. You're an absolute superstar. Thank you very much.
David just giving us another super thanks.
This is a Matilda and Jane Appreciation Day. Well done, David.
David and Adrian are really going for it tonight, so thank you very, very much for doing that. Very much appreciated. It's very nice of you. So thank you.
Adrian said he met us and we were lovely in person, and so are you, Adrian. Aaron says, I feel it's dangerous for people to be driving a car that accelerate in 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Well, it's just not needed, is it?
No.
And it's going precisely against what they say, which is for the environment. It's clearly not, is it? Neville says, I second that, David. Does that mean we get an extra public bank holiday every year? Van Transit says, I think I'll stay with my car, though it does use a battery to start its supercharged petrol engine. Yeah, but an electric car uses a battery to start.
Yeah,
so you've got a battery to start it and batteries to...
Isn't like a different type of battery as well?
I think that I don't know this bit, but I think it uses the same kind of battery as any car, but it's the storage, isn't it, that's got all the lithium in. That's the danger.
And you've got
it's
so
the
many
amount, isn't it?
In one, but yeah.
Yeah. And Gary says there's so many issues. Multi-storey car parks can't take the weight and won't be able to control a fire. And how can people in flats have charge points? And with the fires, apparently, I won't go into it because we'd just be going back into the reading this thing. But obviously, when with Quinton, we did an hour and it just flew past. And there were so many points, not through any fault of his whatsoever, as you can see through the interview, that we just couldn't get out, could we? But one of the things was about the batteries, and not only the batteries. Fire is so much worse than petrol and diesel, but also they get vapor clouds where they can just explode and spouts of fire, so they're completely different, but they can ignite up to 3 weeks afterwards, and then they've got to be put in quarantine. And Bedfordshire police now are actually following recovery trucks home that have an electric car on, not only if it's been in fire, so that for them to put it out. So they put out the fire, it's out. and they follow them back, they actually follow them back if it's been impacted. So it might not set on fire because it can still, if it's been in an accident and compacted, it can still set on fire. And that's Bedfordshire police say. So fire rescue. So how much is that? If this keeps increasing, how people that are selling electric cars and want them to, how many fire engines? That's a whole fire engine now.
I can't remember what his answer was, but I said, what's going to happen when everybody else what did he say back? I don't remember.
I don't know.
And can I just get on with the story, because we haven't really touched it that much?
Oh, well, I was going to do Neville's next then.
I know, but
can I just do Neville's?
No, could I get one story done?
No, I just want to do it because it's tied in then, because I've been reading that and then it ties in, because we've just been reading about it, because everybody else wouldn't. Yeah, but everybody else wouldn't know, would they, what David and Neville were talking about? So I think you need to do it now.
No, let me explain them. So Neville has along with David, but I believe Neville's just
Neville wrote it.
Neville's wrote it, but David supported. Neville has done a poem. So Neville's done a poem, but it's no ordinary poem because it's about us. So it's a good poem because it's about us, and it's a good poem anyway. So we're going to read out the poem, so it's all ended. So here you go.
I wrote a little something just to say how much your videos make our day. From pirouettes on the scaffolding to chasing steam trains in the spring. With Mum conducting at your side, you dance, frolic and sometimes glide. We watch you singing Betty at the station, then dancing in the square to the nation. Your followers come from wide and far. Like Taylor Swift, you are a star. You even went beyond expectations to share your cooking skills and delectations. So let us all agree on this. Weekends without the news we would surely miss. The second greatest double act bar none that ever did grace Morecambe Prom. So Matilda and Jane, take a bow. With our gratitude in words we show. Woo! Well, thank you, Neville. And apparently that's Neville's first poem.
Which is very good
I
poem.
think he's done remarkably well. I think that was a remarkable poem, Neville.
Yes,
well
very
done,
good indeed.
and thank you. It's very, very much appreciated.
Yes, it is indeed.
And we do appreciate all you lot. Like we were saying when we were coming back up, driving back up from with Quinton, we couldn't wait to get it on, could we? And we said we'll stop at the service station and we'll get it all on and we'll get it loaded and everything. And then we're like, no, just get it, make sure it's fine and it's edited properly. But we want to, get like the videos on and everything, so we appreciate you all.
So thank you very, very much for your support. Thank you. And it's a lovely poem.
Thank you. And Anders says that's a lovely poem. David says, Neville, the poem was excellent and very well done. And Adrian says, love the poem. Ushi says, a great poem. David says that was brilliant. Dave says, a lovely poem and very true. Thank you very much. And Neville says, it's a pleasure and was all from the heart. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's lovely, Neville. Thank you very much.
Thank you indeed. Thank you very much for that.
So we better get on an hour into the news.
Yes,
we better get on with some news.
Awesome, right. Strictly Come Dancing. The costumes going on display in Blackpool.
Woo!
So now, obviously, Strictly Come Dancing is a very big show. And I've actually met 2 Strictly Come Dancers people. Not only have I met Quinton Wilson, which I'll tell you in a second exactly what happened when Quinton Wilson went on. But I also met Karim Zawel, which Karim Zawel came running up to second, which is a massive big achievement because it's such a hard, show. And he did extremely well, and he was a great guy. And I actually met him don't know how many days after, but I actually met him again. And he was, again, extremely nice person. Generally, he's really nice. And the thing is, because I always like to watch him on TV. The only reason I don't is because I don't watch TV, but I used to. And but he just literally he wasn't like somebody, you didn't look at him, when he turned up, he wasn't like somebody didn't know, you just sort of knew him. Yeah. It was a bit weird. Because I watched him that much, you just sort of knew him. So I was like, hello. Anyway, then I saw him again inside of a weird situation. So it was very, very good, and I was very glad to meet him. And so, my 2 Strictly Come Dancers. Now, the glittery dresses that Strictly Come Dancing have are going on display because obviously they broadcast it live towards the end of the show of the series. They broadcast it live from Blackpool, from the resort, and they have some costumes which are going on display, and it's going on display inside the dance gallery at the Showtown Museum. Now, the dance costumes include Alexandra Burke, Felicity Kendall, and Coronation Street star Tina O'Brien. So these will be obviously other ones, I suppose, as well. And they'll all be on display. So if you've watched, Strictly and you've seen them and stuff, and you can say, oh, there's a costume there, you can actually see in person. So you can go and have a look. I don't know if I don't think they've done the live one yet, have they, in Blackpool? But the display is on until 24th November, so you can get yourself down there. You can go see the lights as well while you're down there. We've got a Christmas market, do a bit of Christmas shopping, get quite a lot in there. Strictly has a viewing of 6 to 7 million views. That's a lot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a massive. I think it's one of their biggest programs.
It's a very good program. Well,
loads of people love it.
Well, Quinton was saying about the fact that he's been asked for all the shows, which of course, I suppose he will have done. Well, he says he has, and he says that's the reason he said yes to, because that's the one you actually have to graft out, which you really do, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, even it being like going in and being dancer, you have to graft.
I mean, imagine if he hadn't grafted at it, how bad he'd be.
I mean, like, sorry, it being going there dancer, but still, even if I went in there like now, you'd still, be be very hard. And but yet, when you go in as a non-dancer, it's a lot to do, isn't it? You've got to do one week.
And he wouldn't be. It wasn't a spring chicken, was it? It's a lot harder. The older you get, it's a lot harder.
Well, did it, didn't
and I think he's quite tall as well, so it's more difficult when you're tall, isn't it? So, in fact, he shouldn't have gone in. He's had everything against him.
Well, he actually had the lowest score ever. He actually had the lowest score ever recorded because he got 8 out of 40 points.
Oh.
But and he also so the judge,
Craig
Revel said he was Britain's worst dancer, which obviously has a show Britain's worst driver. Now this one, I thought this was actually really, really good. And thing that he said, Bruno said he was like a Robin Reliance circling a Ferrari. Oh, that was great. So basically, he didn't do too well on the show, but it was. I mean, as he says, it's something to graft at, and he's right, isn't it? It's a show you got to actually, graft at now. I think it's why it's such a good show, because it takes a lot of work.
I don't know if you're still here, Bob, but see you later, and thank you for tuning in. Terry says Diesel smells so nice. Aaron says he can do the Donald Trump dance. And Terry says Wilson is an old beep beep, but I still like him. So there you go.
So, will you be going to see that display? Because it's a good display. Well, should be. Have you get any pictures of it on that? Isn't there pictures?
No, I didn't get any pictures.
Oh well. You're able to go visit it.
Can I do my video? Is that a yes?
Okay. I was wondering what video it was. I was just like going. So we just got a few videos.
This is just so cute. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but it's unbelievable.
She just wanted to show you this one.
This is so cute. There you go.
It's a video I wanted to show you, but come to think of it, I wanted to play it because
this is unbelievable.
So I'm going to show you it now.
It's so cute.
So look, that says.
No, I've watched it about 10 times. He's so cute. I think that's wonderful. How anyone can't think that's wonderful? I don't know. It's wonderful.
Back to his mother,
and the mother's going, oh, where have you been again, Gerald?
Oh, well, you've been off in the snow.
Oh, lovely. I get to go on a boat and everything. You're supposed to be a polar bear.
You are supposed to not talk to
You're supposed to be really aggressive.
Oh, I learned to cuckoo.
Yeah.
And they gave me a fish. Go get your own fish.
You're supposed supposed to catch your own, you stupid bear?
Well, they got the nets and stuff. Isn't that much more easy? Why don't we just use nets?
I thought that. I just watched it again and again. It was so cute. And when he puts it down, you don't want to let go. You know, you'd have taken it home, wouldn't you? You don't let go of it, and the man doesn't want to let go. And the little bear pushes him away.
Right, but
you're bored now. You know, I want to go see mummy now. I've used you in your boat. I'm off.
I like your fish.
They push you. I've taken your tea. It pushes him away and then goes trotting off.
Yeah, that's it.
Bless it.
Should I show my video?
Yeah, if you want.
Will it be alright with the sound?
I don't know. I don't even know what your videos is.
It's the dog.
What?
Will I be alright playing the sound?
Well, what's the sound?
All I Want for Christmas.
Well,
I'm going to show you this video, but it doesn't have any sound in it, and I can't put any sound in it because they're not like abandoned countries.
you can get a strike if you do it too many times, and we don't want one.
Yeah, so here's the video. You just search it up and you'll find it. I'm going to show it for you now, okay? So you can search it up if you want to actually find it properly. So he's getting the wrapping paper out. He looks at the dog goes, what? And then he puts the dog, cuts it, wraps the dog up. Now I'm thinking about doing this with Zach, but I don't think he'll stay still. I don't know how that dog's staying still so easily. Must have paralysed it or something.
It must be trained.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay. Is it better with the sound? Right, next story.
Right.
Now, Morecambe, this doesn't, even though the story is about Morecambe, it goes for everybody really. Morecambe post office, it has a post office, you know, believe it or not, it's a post office.
Oh, and that's in my job properly. I've got a picture.
And it might possibly be set to close down, so Morecambe's post office could be closing down. Because it's on a post office list of earmarked for closure. So it's on a list which could be closed, and they're pretty much going for it. But some people are trying to stop them, obviously, because, you know, it's dreadful. So the post office is looking at options for the future of the business. One option is to close 115 branches, which is a lot, and it's said to be lost. You know, not making money. Now, whenever I got in there, I've always had a line.
Oh, it's always busy.
Every
time I've been in, it's busy.
The local post office, that wouldn't tend to have to line, but sometimes I can actually get in there without a line. But that one,
always queued.
I've always had to queue.
Yeah. Sometimes I've been queuing outside.
Yeah, so I don't see how it's, you know, lost money. It's funny when they say that. And then alternative franchise agreements could see the operators like WH Smith or a third term party on the franchise. And the Communication Workers Union, and I'm going to be quite powerful on this one, which is good, they should get straight to the point, called on the post office to immediately halt on these planned closures. It seems the post office has not learnt lessons from its chaotic and uncoordinated mistakes of the past. And then it says they also should call for the government to intervene on this slambolic decision.
Well, good. They should go for it, because there's no banks. I think Neville was talking about this, so correct me if I'm wrong. Halifax were closing. I think they're staying open another year, if I remember rightly. And Nationwide are still open. I think Nationwide and Halifax are the only building societies. There's no banks. I mean, it's unbelievable the size of Morecambe that there's just 2 building societies. One staying. And then
post office is so, you need a post office. How are you supposed to post things and then you're going to get rid of it?
Well, this is why I said to you probably about 8 months ago now, because time flies, doesn't it? They were sent a form round, didn't they, post office, encouraging you and pushing you to go online, and people will go, oh, that's good, yeah, online, send it online. And I said, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to now close the post offices. It's not about the fact of
losing money. Losing money will be the fact that they've got.
No, they do it online. They don't want any buildings.
If the fact is that they had nobody going in and it's just constantly, then they're just thinking this is not worth it, which would only be like one-off thing. It won't be 115.
Well, if they weren't paying so many people out for the post office scandal,
which is more than Morecambe because of the fact of like.
Well, we're in there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's more than Morecambe are all going to that post office. The only other post office is next to Lidl. There's the only other posters I know, which that little is next to the industrial site, which is quite far, Morecambe. So that's really the only post office inside Morecambe. They're going to get rid of it. Which you'd think that post office next to Lidl will be the one that has less people because of, you know, it's next to Lidl and it's over there.
Well, it's
Not
obviously got a bit more, but I don't know. It's smaller though as well. It's quite a big building, is that post office, isn't it?
But they shouldn't get rid of it.
No, they shouldn't get rid of it. They can always get a smaller one.
That post office, because it's got post office vans on the back of it. I wonder if that's like a sorting area too.
No, it might be.
So they get rid of the sorting area as well.
They're trying to get everything, aren't they? They're just obsessed with digital, and we went into Marks and Spencer's yesterday in Lancaster, and they're down now to 2 cash pay ones, aren't they? Cash and card they are, but the others are all card. So queued up, and they didn't tell you that a person stood there. They didn't put a sign on it, and you got to the end of it, and it wouldn't take your cash. It was broken. But if you'd have put a sign on it, they would have gone to the other cash one. And so people were just going, oh, we'll pay by card then, because they're at the front of the queue. So it would have been messing about other people. So they just went, oh, right, well, I'll pay by card. So why didn't they put a sign on it? So they're pushing people. Every single thing they're pushing so that you don't pay by cash.
Inside the co-op, I just went in there. Sometimes they do just have, I don't know why, but some of them just don't take card. But they actually have self-service. They have 2 and ones where you go to the counter, and they have 5 self-service. 3 of them take cash and only 2 take card, so the cash is more. And they also take card as well. But I went in, one of them didn't take card, but that does sometimes happen, but it just gets fixed. It just says it's only taking card.
Yeah, I understand.
But they put a sign on it. They
exactly. So why didn't Marks and Spencer's put a sign on that? They had somebody, they paid a member of staff to stand there and tell people when they got to it, oh, it doesn't take cash. Why didn't they just put a sign on it?
This is the problem. Some people are just losing common sense. But
I think it's so because it'd be easy for them to take it by card, so they're just trying their best to get anything.
But besides that, I just want to talk about the fact of what are people's favourite supermarkets. Now, let's forget about the cash situation, okay? Though I think Morrison's is the best for cash, so Morrison's do get a big marking on this. But I'm going to say a list of my favourite supermarkets, and I want you to say yours. Now, I know we've just said that, but forget about that. I would say M&S is my favourite supermarket. Yes, it does cost a lot of money, but not everything doesn't cost a lot of money. It's actually not too badly reasonably priced. You do get good quality stuff. Like, you know, when you get those tubs of like different types of chocolate things, like the sort of when you get like maybe Rocky Road or those swirled chocolate Yo-log things. Anyway, Yo-log. Yeah, I bought them because they're Christmas festive ones, basically the same as the other ones, but they're covered in icing sugar. So they're the same thing. But so I got that. It cost me £3.75, which I don't think is too bad really, because if you bought like a pack of Cadbury chocolates, well, that's £1.50, and that might last you as long as those do, and those have better ingredients, I feel, because of cake. And if you bought the Marks and Spencer's log things you get, you know, when you get them all year round, mini roll things, well, they have such the most thinnest layer of chocolate, and the cake is like so just very light, like the fact is they've pumped a amount of air in it, and it's just like not very, you know, good, and it's probably got so much sugar in it, as if the chocolate's very, very thick, and it's got proper sauce in it and stuff, and it's just good. And I also got these pretzels, which I never liked pretzels, but I saw somebody eat pretzels, I thought I'm gonna have a pretzel. Here's one of those things you do. I watched a video of somebody, basically I watched a video of somebody doing exactly what I've done, basically because I love those sort of videos where they show the things that Marks Spencer's got new in, of all those sort of things, and they showed about pretzels, so I thought I'd get some pretzels. I've fallen in love with pretzels. It will be a short-term love affair, but it will eventually go, because I'm very, you know, what's the word when you get bored of things?
She's very fickle.
Neville
says, let me just do this because I'm going to go do the fire. Neville says, like you said, the post office is busy, as were the banks on Morecambe Prom. Dave says, problem is that banks close. They tell you to use the post office and they close that. And Transit says, just part of making cash more difficult to use. Adrian says, loving the live.
Thank you.
Ushi says, Waitrose. Yes, I'm posh.
Waitrose going to go on I'm going to talk about Waitrose in a second.
We don't have I'll just say we don't have any near us. Ushi. Gordon says, so they can get rid of money in the end just to get total control in the end. I believe that. And people think, oh, it's conspiracy theorists and stuff. I don't think it is. I think it's really true. David says, the machines are constantly breaking down, needing an employee to correct it, which proves it could be more efficient to have that employee at a checkout anyway. And that's another thing. I went to Poundland the other day, and I am very good at not using the self-service things with things. So I stood there and waited, and the member of staff came, which is, oh, you can use the checkout. I said, I'd rather have a member of staff to serve me. And they're false to themselves, because she said, oh, well, I'll have to go get somebody from upstairs, and then you feel really awkward. So I used the self-service because I felt awkward.
Why shouldn't she do it though?
Because she was doing something else. I don't know what she was doing. I think she was on the door. But anyway, that's what she said to me. So I just thought, oh, God, you're not helping yourself here. David says, Adrian has been great. Just waiting for the tinsel head now. Neville says, Tesco, as the staff at Carnforth, they're so friendly and they keep the tills running. Morrison had a habit of overcharging. Terry says, Tesco. Adrian says, I use Asda. My local one still got lots of tills that take cash, but I use scan as you shop. It's quicker and it takes cash. And Aaron says, if you go to Waitrose, you'll need a posh Chelsea tractor. And Aaron says, never buy a car from Tesco's. I didn't know Tesco sold cars.
No,
Do they? Do Tesco sell cars?
Talk about toy cars. Anyway,
right, I'm going to go do the fire.
Oh, we don't go.
I have to go. Otherwise you'll freeze after. The little angel will be cold. I won't be long.
So the Marks and Spencer's, so like, why don't we do a bit of a rating system? Don't tell me anything. Right, rate Marks and Spencer's 10 out of, you know, what would you put it? 10 out of 10, you know, rate that, you know, whatever number you want. So I'd probably I'm just going to put Marks and Spencer's 10 out of 10 just because of, I like bakery, and they've got a bakery. They've got a great meal deal. They've got a great, I mean, we're not saying prices here. I know they cost a fortune sometimes, but I'm forgetting about prices. Let's pretend we're millionaires. Then, so, and they've got a bakery section. They've got great cakes. They've got great meal deals, not meal deal part, but the takeout meal things. They've got clothes. They've got this lovely food. They've got their own stuff, and the thing is, it's all their own as well. It's not even like other companies, but yet it's great. So I would say Marks and Spencer's, and they've also got Percy Pig and a Colony Caterpillar. So what would you put that 10 out of 10? What would you put? Then I'd say after Marks and Spencer's, I would probably go for it's either Booths or Sainsbury's, but I'm going to say Booths because I quite like Booths. Not as much Marks and Spencer's, hence the reason why it's second. So what would you put Marks and Spencer's out of it? Booths. Now, Booths, again, good bakery, I guess. They do actually do quite good, like, these yogurt things. I've never had one. I did once, actually, but it wasn't very good. But they do, like, you know, they have fancy stuff. And then they do have good meal deal stuff. They've never actually liked the salmon sandwiches from there. So they do good stuff. And they do actually, I quite like, because I study Italian, they do quite a bit of Italian stuff, which I can't get in other shops. And then I'd probably put Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is not the best for cash, though. But Sainsbury's have a really good bakery. I literally level everything off bakeries here. Bakeries are good, and they also have good clothes. This is actually from Sainsbury's, so they actually have good clothes as well. Bit on the pricey side. I only got this because of, well, on offer, I think. So, and then after Marks and Sainsbury's, I'm going to put Morrison's. Morrison's, I believe, are good for cash, so I'm going to put them, so they are good. But again, we're forgetting about that. Morrison's is good. Morrison's bakery, not necessarily the best when it comes to the sweet stuff. Bread, though, they're quite good. They're quite good on bread, actually. They're going to be fresh, though. And then I think it's just the fact is that they have a few, like, I mean, I suppose they have the salad bars and stuff. Morrison's is good. It's good. And then, no. Oh, hang on a minute. There's Lidl, though, isn't there? Now, Lidl, I really like Lidl. Lidl's good as well. I would say Lidl's probably the one we most use because not only the prices, but again, good bakery. Good meal deal thing, because whenever we're out, I tend to be having to do a job sometimes. I mean, we do make our own stuff a lot of the times, but sometimes, you know, you can't plan everything, and you do. And they're all right, they're quite good. And one of them started doing salmon sandwiches. I don't know if it's Aldi. I would put Lidl above Aldi. Just because it's bakery. The only reason why is bakery. Now, I just seen Aaron's put Asda. Asda, we never go to Asda. Just because mainly Mother doesn't like it. And it is a bit of a pain to get to sometimes. And they aren't the best for cash. So, Asda's right at the bottom, really, isn't it, Asda?
Oh, Asda because they're closing cash.
Because they're closing cash.
Garages, aren't they, and only accepting cash.
Yeah, so that's why. And it's just a bit too... It's just a bit... I just don't know. It's just not really like that feel to it as Asda. Who else are we missing? Now, I know somebody said about Iceland. I never count Iceland.
Have you read these?
No, I never count Iceland as a supermarket. I mean, I've been before, but I just never count it as a supermarket. Like, it's just not really the same. It's a bit like your Spa, which I'm not counting Spa as a Co-op, though this Co-op is actually, no, maybe I should do. Co-op's really good as well. Now, the Co-op, I find, this is only to my experience, the Co-op don't have as good a service as the Spa does. The Spa's really good service, but the Co-op has good bakery and good fruit and veg. The Spa, basically have good service.
Terry says Lidl is good and cheap. Carl
Very
says, I think Morrison's is best. They've still got meat counter and deli. Yeah, that's a point. So you can just get what you want, can't they? They've got the fish one as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Neville says Booth's 4 out of 10. Too expensive. We went to Carnforth Booths for a breakfast, Neville, and it was brilliant. It was really good, and I don't think it was that expensive. And then we went to Kendall one for the same breakfast. Oh, it was disgusting, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely disgusting. So it was the same place, and it was really nice at Carnforth. I'd say it was nearly perfect. David says he's never been to a Booths. Adrian says M&S is great. Got my big one at the local shopping mall. I like M&S. Hate the mall. Neville Sainsbury's 7 out of 10 as they price match. Aaron says, what about Iceland?
I just don't count it, really.
Van says Home Bargains. That's not a supermarket.
Well, they do have a bit, but not enough to be a supermarket.
Very big.
They're no, because they do have a little bit, don't they? Of food
Adrian says
stuff,
Boots is in trouble losing money. Terry says too much bread makes you windy. Adrian says I love Asda. Aaron says we're getting to Asda. The want anything. Neville says no little by us, but Aldi 6 out of 10 for value, but poor choice. Yeah, the bread's rubbish.
Yeah, I just don't see why they don't get a bakery.
The Co-op is expensive. The only thing about a Co-op, Neville, is it's there, isn't it? It's
everywhere.
in all these small towns. Like for example, with us, we have a Co-op.
And then they do like a lot for the community and charity as well, don't they?
Yeah, and they also are guaranteed to keep cash machines.
Yeah.
So I know they're more expensive, and we couldn't like do a weekly shop there, but we do try and use them because obviously if we don't, they're gonna go.
Well, we do use them quite often because, for example, if we have something out, like for example, I just went today. I got lemons for lemon cake, milk, butter. There's a 4 eggs.
Yeah.
So I tend to get essentials from there because I tend
to
run
do
out
good
of
bread.
essentials.
The bread's all right.
Yeah, bakery, good. Now, the thing is, I'll tell you what the problem is with Co-op. They don't always have the same stuff inside the bakery. Yeah. So it depends what Co-op you get, what bakery stuff you get. Ours not necessarily do the best. They used to, which is sort of a good thing that they've stopped it because of, it's not very good for me because of they do the best donuts ever. I'd say never. They do really good ones. So they were better when I was younger, when I used to eat them a bit more. The thing is, you get them inside a 4-pack, which they used to do them singly, which would mean you get a donut a lot. But now they've done it in 4, which is better in the fact of that I don't keep buying donuts then, because I don't buy donuts now as much because if I have to know if I get them, I have to eat 4, which I'm thinking, I
don't actually gonna eat them. They just look disgusting.
I could do, but I just feel very
gross.
disgusting afterwards. So it's
you
good
could
that
eat 4 donuts. You couldn't.
It's honestly, if I didn't feel,
oh God, I couldn't eat one.
I wouldn't feel good in the fact of I think, oh, that was not healthy. But if it was a challenge or
I couldn't.
I could eat 4 donuts.
I'd be sick. I don't know how anybody could eat one.
Was that garlic bread you put on the side for Billy?
Yeah, why? Who's had it? Oh no, who's had it?
You
didn't eat. You didn't. You're not eating his dinner. Oh, Matilda.
I thought about it after I ate it. I'm sorry. No, I was just thinking then.
Unbelievable.
So we had Billy had some garlic. We don't buy garlic bread because it's like, even though I do like it.
I made macaroni cheese tonight, and Billy had some garlic bread, which was 2 days past its sell-by date. So I thought he's not going to eat it tonight. And I thought it can't go off. I mean, obviously it can go off, but in 2 days there's nothing dangerous in it. Anyway, it's fine. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. So anyway, so I came back tonight after going out and getting us logs to keep us warm. So I says, I've made you some macaroni cheese. Do you want that? And he says, no, I'm going out now. But he says, I'll have it when I come back if you leave it out on the hob. So I've left it out for him with his garlic bread, and Madam's gone and eaten it.
Well, you see, I hate garlic bread. I thought, this is a really nice garlic bread, because I've had other people's garlic bread. you know, just have, and he's not been nice. I thought for some reason this is really nice, because it's really nice, well done, because it's like this like thin slice thing, so it's really really nice. Billy got it. It's like, I would presume it's actually really expensive to buy, but Billy got it and he wasted money. So, and so I had the garlic bread. It was really nice for my dinner, and it was really really nice dinner. But I went upstairs I thought I'd just prepare a bit of my cake I got to bake tonight before news, and I saw this garlic bread on the side. I thought,
Jesus. You should be honestly the size of a balloon, the amount you
no,
ate.
because I just thought that was really nice garlic bread. So for some reason you had it in 2 pieces. Why did you have it in 2 pieces when it's one long thing? So I thought, well, I just eat that slice. I had a bite. I thought it's cold, but and then after
Oh God, you're looking at somebody that can not only eat 4 disgusting donuts.
I've not done it.
She's cold garlic bread.
But so I ate one half, and then I thought, I swear to you, after I ate half, because I was wondering why you left it. I thought because we both had 2, I thought we must have just had some leftovers. And I thought, is this for Billy? And then I thought, yeah, but I'll only waste it. And he might not be for Billy. You'd have to go all the way downstairs to ask her. And then not only that, but he probably won't come back and eat it anyway. So I thought, I'll just eat it. And then I thought he can have broccoli instead.
How does broccoli work out to be anything like garlic bread?
That works with mac and cheese. So
It might not be for Billy though. Neville says Matilda was calling Billy last week for eating everything. I can't remember that. What were you calling him?
No, he's a bit payback. I can't remember, but anyway. He won't. Trust me. His head. He won't notice. But he will.
And David says he loves garlic bread, hot or cold, so he's with you.
Should I tell him?
And Carl says it'll be £15 for a burger and chips tomorrow in Norwich Hotel. £15. I suppose they are now. They get expensive, aren't they?
Because it's not.
We had meatballs in tomato sauce, chips, soup, and as much bread as you wanted, homemade bread, because it's overcooked in that hotel. And it was £19, wasn't it, for all that lot in a really posh hotel?
No, extremely.
With perfect waitress
and it was
service. They were really
so that
good.
hotel that we went to interview Quentin Wilson. Now, when I said on my video, I said the fact is that they were extremely nice. Not on the Quentin Wilson, but on the other one, the fact is that staff were extremely nice. Now, I'm not going to say that about staff unless they're extremely nice. I mean, I might not necessarily sometimes say it just because I've forgotten, but they were extremely nice. Like, you know, some people necessarily don't always have service, right? And they just had really good service. They were just like brilliant staff. They were superb staff. So
that's the hotel.
They were really nice
video.
people.
It's honestly brilliant. There's a video of it. It's just outstanding. It's beautiful. So watch the video, but not now, obviously, when you've gone.
And it was a great hotel. Now the thing is, I never searched up about it because it was sort of a last minute thing, really. And afterwards, it turns out it's extremely haunted. So I never noticed it being haunted when I went there, but apparently it's extremely haunted. And the staircase, which I quite clearly saw quite a few times, I was going in and out. It's supposed to have a white lady that goes down. It's supposed to be extremely haunted, so. I like there's a room.
It was used on The Haunt in the 1963 film.
And there's also a room that has like they used to take kids that had the plague there. So obviously, sadly, you know, they would pass away because you put all people with germs in the same room.
So it says, guests of the hotel, as well as members of the staff, have reported seeing various spectres and hearing various disembodied voices.
Oh, can I explain
There is the old woman in Victorian clothing who has been seen and heard walking along the conservatory entrance. Several people have witnessed the ghost of a man and his beloved dog wandering in the library and vanishing quickly. It is reported that on Christmas Eve, the staff witnessed a candle lift up off the mantelpiece and float by itself. However, the hotel's most popular ghost is that of a woman who is dressed in a white gown. She glides along the corridors of the hotel at night and then just disappears into the walls, frightening guests and hotel staff. She can also be seen at the veranda, always around dusk. The staff believe that she is a former governess and is known by the name Lady Emma. There is the grey lady who floats and stops at the foot of the stairs where she is believed to have fallen and died many years ago. There are also sightings of a monk both inside and outside the hotel, an army officer and the 2 young Shirley boys who drowned in the 1800s in the Stour River.
Yeah, so I think the woman down the stairs, I think she got pushed by one of the head staff ladies. The children, they did drown, and some people have found them inside the hotel. And then there's supposed to be a book that goes on a shelf, and it always like falls out and it lands on one page, which is quite. But the thing is, if I knew all this, not only could I interview them, I could have found that book, stuck it in, and hoped it falls. Yeah, I could have done all these things if I knew all this, but it was very last minute things. So I didn't know all these things. But also, I probably wouldn't have. The staff would probably got very annoyed by me at the end.
Sorry, the book's out of the library. That's the 15th time you've done it, Matilda.
You do realise how much that book's worth, don't you?
And we've noticed you've eaten all our donuts as well.
Oh, the bread was really nice as well. It's like so soft and squishy, and just just freshly made. And the soup as well was really nice. It wasn't. It was just such a difference to your tin soup or whatever soup, or even your made soup when we make it. It was so different. I've never made tomato soup. Never made tomato soup. I don't remember. But it was an experience. Indeed.
Right.
Oh, and about my list, I never said about Waitrose. Now, the reason being is I have not been to a big Waitrose, but I've been to Waitrose service stations quite recently, actually, from visiting Quinton Wilson, and it was extremely expensive.
Oh, yeah, but they're totally different in a service station. I've gone to Waitrose before, and they're quite pleasant.
Yeah, because I think inside the service station, right, they had these, which I showed on my short, which I still have yet to release that video, which had, where you got like a box full of different mixed food, sort of sweet stuff, and that cost £10 inside of Marks and Spencer's. Here, service station costs £11, £1 more.
It's disgusting service station prices.
But anyway, it was quite expensive, and it was only small items, so I'm not going to judge Waitrose just because I'm not experienced.
That's the toothpaste that I said I promised I'd show.
This is the toothpaste you promised you'd show. Coconut nut. And if you want to see the ingredients, I can show you. There's the ingredients. Well, you probably wouldn't actually ever able to see that.
Cal says he lives in the grounds of a former mental hospital, and I swear it's haunted. I have felt a hand on my shoulder. Oh dear.
Give you those ingredients. Well, what was I about to say about haunted? I don't know.
Let's shut you up. Right, is that everything then?
No.
Thank you very much.
We've got another story, love.
Oh, right, oh God.
No, that's the cake to bake. Right.
We've been on an hour and a half.
Yeah, but I've got the story to do. Sure, there's something else I'm supposed to talk about. Right. Do you know what the longest train journey is inside the country?
Yes.
Did you know before? Did you know before I told you?
No.
Because the longest train journey is from Aberdeen to Prinzan. That's how you pronounce it.
Penzance.
Penzance, which is in Cornwall. It covers 785 miles, and it takes 13 hours and 20 minutes to complete, and it stops at 36 stops. I mean, would you do it? Would you do the longest train journey?
I think we should do it.
Yeah, just the only thing, you have to get up to Scotland and then get back up. But anyway,
Yeah, but you could come back up, couldn't you?
the only thing is, it's just how much would that cost?
I don't know. They must do like if you booked it, they must do like a rate for it.
I mean, just from here to Lancaster, it cost me 80. Like,
Yeah, but I think they do rates like if you book it on a certain time and pre-book it and walk some of the distance and sit in the toilet area, help clean the train at the end. They'll do it a bit cheaper for you. They'll knock a £5 off.
Great. It passes many places such as Durham, Edinburgh, Newcastle. I'm just naming the big places because I know what to read them for. It passes a lot of small, lovely places as well, but I'm just naming the big places. You could jump onto it, couldn't you, if you think about it?
Yeah, but then you've not done the whole journey.
York, Leeds,
You've not done
Sheffield,
the whole journey.
Birmingham.
That's like saying, I did the journey
Devon,
on
Cornwall.
I did the longest journey, and I went from Leeds to Skipton.
Right.
Well, you can't just jump on it along the
line.
Yeah, but you can't jump on it along the way, otherwise you haven't done the longest journey.
You could go from York to Sheffield.
Yes, but that's not then the longest journey. York's about halfway.
Anyway,
I think if you're going to do the longest journey of the longest train journey, I think you have to do the longest train journey.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to get up to Dundee?
Well, it's not Dundee, it's Aberdeen, so you'd be at the wrong place anyway.
How are you supposed to get to Aberdeen?
You take the train.
So have you got to go on the journey to get on the journey?
Yeah, so here's the nearest place to us would be Leeds. So you get the Skipton to Leeds, then you get the Leeds to Aberdeen, and then you get the Aberdeen to Penzance.
And then go back down again.
Yeah. Unless we can ask Billy to run us up. Okay. Why do you want running up? Because we want to go on the longest train journey. Okay.
What? Well,
You can get some garlic bread before you go.
it seemed to have disappeared. It was
I
Brian.
thought I did think I had some.
It was definitely Brian. And it passes
Backed by
over.
Zach.
And it passes over the 4th rail bridge.
Well, he ate those donuts as well. It was a very naughty rabbit, Billy.
He's very not well behaved. Can't train him, mind remote and do his own. Do you want to show the pictures?
Yeah, so this is the Dawlish sea wall. And this is where you're going to go past if you jump on that little old train.
And that's the train.
It looks very good. There's loads of landmarks
Well,
apparently you pass.
Yeah, but the only thing is you're only on the train, so you wouldn't have to, like, you know, like...
You can see though, can't you? And you can certainly see that because that's the 4th rail bridge.
Well, you wouldn't have to see it. You could be on it.
Yeah, but you'd be able to see bits of it.
You wouldn't have to see it, though.
You'd be able to see a little bit.
Have we been past that?
Yeah.
When? Have we been on it?
No, I don't know. It might have been. I don't know. I haven't been on the train.
Yeah, but they have a car, don't they?
Yeah, the 4th bridge. We've been on that. The 4th rail bridge is considered to be one of Scotland's most iconic landmarks. So there you go.
I think they've got a bit as well. Got some other things going on.
Right, thank you. What a wonderful night. I'll read the rest of the comments. John's told you, £350 return. Aberdeen to Penzance return. £350? Jesus, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
And go back to the... Adrian says Taylor's got 6 Grammy nominations.
I thought she won them.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, it's a CMTV. It's very confusing, really, because there's so many awards. So I've heard about it all, but I've got a bit confused by it, so I haven't really took it all in because of, you know, she's...
David says Aberdeen to Penzance, is that a sleeper? And Terry says no. And then Cal says surely it stops at Chesterfield. Yeah, she's only... I don't know if it does, but she's only read out some of them because there were lots of them, so she would have had to carry on reading them all out. But those are some of the main ones it stops at. Terry says it's a Voyager, so you will smell the toilet. Sounds nice. Cal says I used to live in Edinburgh near the 4th rail bridge. And Aaron says 350, that's probably cost as much as a K11 Micra. K11 Micras are flying up now.
Yeah.
If you can get us,
Aaron, please, it's
Aaron,
not normal.
If you can get us a running 300 Nissan K11 Micra, 350 quid, I'll buy it off you. And I think everybody would. If you put that on their Facebook, a K11 Micra for £350. In fact, you probably get it snapped up, not running.
It's not without an engine in it.
Yeah. So if you can get one for 350 quid, get us one.
Yeah. Need to know your facts before you make the jokes. Right. Are we all done then?
It says there's so many of them in Oxford, but I can't find them for sale locally because people don't sell them because they're going up in value. We've been offered, I think, probably about 2 years ago now. I got offered £895 for mine, and people have asked us to buy it. Well, we've gone out, haven't they?
Oh yeah, somebody did, yeah.
Yeah. So, Cal says next door, but one is a train driver, so I'll have a word.
No,
what? And then Aaron says, my friend is learning to drive. I'll accept the challenge. Don't really understand that. But anyway, there you go. Well done all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody that's contributed. Me stars.
Yes, thank you very much. And thank you very much for the super thanks. I very much appreciated. And we'll see you all later.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.